in Chicago. Ted, thanks for sticking around. Anything jump out of you there when we talk about these things?
Well, happy Turnaround Tuesday, Scott. I was hoping I'd say happy Taco Tuesday, but no. We had the strength yesterday. Looked pretty good. Corn was testing the 20-day moving average. Hey, we might be onto something here, and then we give most of that back here today. We are currently ping-ponging between the 20 and the 10-day moving averages, which is okay. I mean, we are not on the low that we had from last week, but it doesn't have a great feeling to it. It doesn't have great price action. And I'm worried that if we don't close better than we are right now by the end of the day, which, as you know, is coming up very quickly, I don't think that leaves a good taste in your mouth for the rest of the week, right? And so, I don't know. Being in Houston last week, talking to everybody. I mean, everybody and their mom wants to see a bounce in the market. We all want to see it for, just to say it's a healthy market, to say, hey, this has corrected the fund position, corrected the relative strength index. But markets don't have to do what we want them to do, Scott. In fact, more often than not, they do not. And as I've said, I think, unfortunately, the next big potential seller in the market is the producer, who is sitting on 60% of last year's crop that's unsold so far. And if the market wants
that's a big number. That's a big number, man.
That's a big number, man. If the market wants it, I think it will get it with the stick rather than the carrot. And I don't like that. Right, I was hoping a rally would come. I was hoping the funds would get pushed out, and we can't throw in the towel on that just yet. I mean, this is just sort of drifting between two major moving averages here today. But I think as time goes by, without that breakout over yesterday's high, you start to feel less and less optimism about that rally.
You know what they say? I mean, I've heard it a million times in 37 years, but the market's going to go to where it can hurt the most people the fastest. And that's the problem that I've been worried about, just like you. Everybody wants, it's just like all these people want these rate cuts too. They might not get them either, who knows? I mean, so it's just one of those things, the Mr. Market will try to go to where it can hurt the most people in the quickest amount of time. And I feel your fear, if there's such a thing.
I'm looking at rate cuts too, Scott. I don't think that's coming. I mean, I think a lot of people are optimistic for like June, July. No, I don't think so. Earliest.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, it looks harder. I mean, right now, the economic data would say that's going to be hard, so we'll see. But stay right there. We need to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more. Ted Seifried, Zaner Ag Hedge. He's in Chicago. We're going to talk livestock with Ted when we come back. He's in Chicago. Ted, thanks for sticking around. Anything there that you want to get off your chest?
Well, Scott, happy Turnaround Tuesday here, too, right? I mean, under quite a bit of pressure. Well, okay, go back to Friday. We were sharply higher in the feeders and live cattle complex, and then down pretty good yesterday, and now we're back up again. So a lot of volatility happening up here near the highs. You do wonder, and I know I've been saying this for about a week now, you wonder if we're gearing up for a bit of a deeper correction in the cattle complex. Now, I think it's just a correction. Fundamentally, I think there's reason to be up here and possibly even go higher. But this has a feel of a bull market that's getting a little bit tired here at the moment. We've been going pretty much straight higher since we put our lows in on December 6th. So, a correction might be healthy for the market. But as we talked about in corn, when we want corrections, isn't necessarily a time where we get corrections. So I'm watching it. A lot of times this sort of volatility that we've seen, up one day, down the next, up the next, that is maybe indicating that we're getting ready for something, but it could also be a breakout to the upside. So there's a technical tug of war going on there for the cattle complex. I'm not exactly sure which way it goes. But like I said, I'm a little bit braced for a correction, and we'll see where we go from here.
All right, great stuff. Super content. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Great reporting on what was going on down in Commodity Classic. We'll bring it back here to Nashville. Say thank you to Mr. Seifried, and away we go.
And away we go. Cow Guy Close, of course, coming up at the top of the hour.